Before we go green, here's our TNT inside tracks on Jimmy Spencer's fuel strategy.
Want to top the fuel tank? Can we make it from here or what? I can make it from here if we top now. 10. Top it off then if we can make it from here. Oh, Spud.
That obviously Spencer's conversation with his crew chief before he came down pit road for that last stop.
And topped it off, and he's planning on going the rest of the way on fuel. Meanwhile, Michael Waltrip, the 99 car, right beside the leader, trying to get his lap back. And meanwhile, here comes Junior, Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to take the lead from Stacy Compton.
Now you got a little DEI teammate thing going here. See if Dale Jr. will help Mikey get his lap back. DEI being Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Familiar with it? Meanwhile, Greg Biffle with a big push on Stacy Compton in that outside lane.
That's a bump draft, BP. That was definitely a bump draft. And it helps Stacy Compton. Here he comes back on Michael Waltrip.
Remember, Waltrip had to make a green flag pit stop earlier. Some lug nuts were let loose on his caution flag pit stop and put him down a lap. Right now he's in 30th position in that 99 car.
Is that Scott Riggs on the outside, the yellow car, making it 3 wide up in the middle of the corner?
Oh, David Green. Oh, he got back in line there.
Boy. And now Dale Jr. not close enough to Michael Waltrip to give him a push by. Jimmy Spencer is back in 19th place. Tony, how about that strategy on his team's part?
I think it's a pretty smart move on Jimmy's part. He knows that on the lineup he's going to be right back in the middle of the pack, and as long as something doesn't happen in the middle of the group to separate him from the main group, he's going to get caught back up. He knows he's got a good race car, and all he has to do is sit here and ride now. If he gets the opportunity to get back up to the front, he's going to make it the rest of the way, and everybody else is going to be biting their nails.
You'd rather be behind all those guys with the fuel?
I think at this point in the race I would be. Wow. You know, everybody's kind of been in the race now for 60 some odd laps, and you know, they've kind of got the race feel and everything, and they're being a little more cautious right now. So I think all the opening lap jitters are out of the way, and everybody's got settled into the race finally.
He said a little more cautious. They look like they're being a little more cautious. Maybe. Well, I shouldn't ask you. You're a race driver.
That crew chief you saw for Jimmy Spencer just a moment ago, that was Johnny Allen. He and Mark Reno, our co-crew chiefs, are working together on that car. Dave?
And Benny, I just spoke with Johnny Allen about that left front damage. They did not do anything to it because Jimmy has not said anything about the handling of the car. And Johnny told me as long as he doesn't complain, we're not going to touch it.
Well, I noticed that damage several laps ago, Dave, and he led the race the entire time. I was watching the damage on the left front fender, so obviously it didn't hurt anything too badly.
See Biffle move Michael Waltrip over there a little bit. Is that Biffle? Yeah. And going for the lead. That's why he moved him over. He wanted that inside lane.
But Stacy Compton moved down to block that.
Remember, they've settled down a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're settled down really for about 10th spot. They're 3 wide. And there's Spencer on the inside. Stedman Marlin, 95 in the middle.
Spencer up to 11th when he crossed the stripe that time. Greg Biffle still trying to find a way around Stacy Compton for the lead. Michael Waltrip losing his drafting help. Well, now he's going to slide in line behind third place Jason Keller. Remember, Michael, that white hooded car is 1 lap down in 30th place.
And tomorrow, the Daytona 500, folks. 12 noon on NBC. And Jimmy, careful there. You're going to have the same trouble with the right front fender you have with the left front fender.
Ricky Hendrick in the 5 and Randy LaJoie in the 7 almost had a Jimmy Spencer sandwich. And that would have been one tough piece of beef. Michael Waltrip still trying to find any help he can get. to get up and around the race leader. Here comes Matt Kenseth. He'll join in.
And Scott Riggs in the 10 car. Couple of Fords, the 17, the white car, the 10, Scott Riggs. The 57 is a Ford car.
On board Jason Keller.
Junior's going to do everything he can to help Michael because he really wants Michael to help him at the end of this race if they can get on the same lap. Biffle, on the other hand, would rather keep Michael a lap down just for that same reason.
Got 3 Fords in that outside lane. 2 of them are teammates, the 57 of Keller and the 10 of Riggs.
I think the big factor here is having Matt Kenseth join into that group because Junior by himself can't push the 99 car back into the lead lap, but having Matt Kenseth behind Junior, now he's got some help that can get all 3 of those guys going forward together.
Junior coming up inside Greg Biffle for second as he pushes Michael Waltrip through. Boy, that scared me.
I tell you what, the cars went by with such violence and so much wind it almost upset our camera.
It's getting ready to haul our trouble. Let's go to Marty Snyder.
Well, Alan, Mike McLaughlin's had a chance to go to the holler and calm down a little bit. What happened out there, Mike?
I haven't seen a replay. I can't honestly say. As far as I know, somebody got into the back of me. I believe just a stupid mistake, costly. But you know, these guys will work hard. Just feel bad for MB&A and everybody back in the shop, all the motor shop. Done a good job. Still have good things.
A long winter will end in disappointment for Mike McLaughlin, and his bid for 2 straight restrictor plate wins will finish in the garage. Alan?
So McLaughlin is out. Joe Nemechek went out with an early engine failure. Kerry Earnhardt was in an accident earlier. He is done for the day, as are Jeff Fuller, Chad Chapin, and Jeff Spraker. Stacy Compton leads at Daytona. You're watching NASCAR on TNT.